Today is very auspicious day. Today is Krishna Vasanta Panchami. What are we are doing? What? You? What we are doing here? Not kirtan, attending. What you are doing?
I was also chanting.
I
was doing japa.
You should take this and 5 times. Sitting and 5 times. 5 times. I don't want all these things. That all are doing kirtan. It is very special and you are chanting. You can chant in day, in mid-time at 12, no harm, without sleeping. By this time, when kirtan is going on, I don't want all this. or they are, from morning they are doing kirtan. If you are cooking, no harm, or you are doing. But uselessly chanting, oh, this is like a, what? Pahana. Pahana माने क्या? Excuse me? Oh, I was doing so I could not. Pretext like. Today, Krishna Vasanta Panchami. At that date in Vrindavan, very Vasanta, springtime begins. Though it is so cold, but from this day, some changes in Ritu. So from this very day, Krishna takes some collar in his what? Pichkari? Pichkari, you know?
Syringe.
Syringe. And Gop and Gopis all began to. And from this day, Vasanti song, holy song, आज के दिन. And from today, Krishna begins his Ras Leela. Here and there, different places. Vasanti is a collar in India. Inside the oil tree, not creeper, but plant, their flowers, mustard oil. Linseed oil, what is linseed? Sarso. Linseed oil is sarso. And mustard oil, very yellow, like the color of the dupatta of Krishna. Everywhere in Vrindavan, the color of all trees and forests will be like in green. Very good. Like Krishna is Shyam, green, and his clothes are like this, not yellow. This is somewhat this. So Vasanta Panchami. Today is the appearance day of Raghunath Das Goswami and Vishnu Priyadevi. Also, Tirobhav of this appearance day of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And more one. What more? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Vishnu Priya, Raghunath Das Goswami Avirbhav, और विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर तिरोभाव. And India Saraswati Puja. So, you know, Vishnu Priya, Raghunath Das Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, also you know all. But we should try to be established in their life and the teachings, how they served Krishna or Mahaprabhu, what was their characters, how they used to worship and how to do aradhana. In world we see that hearing something, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glory, something. It may be that wife will tell that, oh, I want to serve her. Gaur Nityananda Prabhu. And she will insist, her husband, oh, bring, and we will do puja. And when it will be established and it will be brought home, Thakur will come. Then wife and husband may quarrel that you should do worship and you should do worship. Husband will tell that I have no time, I have not taken bath. You should take bath, and wife will quarrel that, oh, today I have not slept in night, I have not taken bath yet, I am not ready, you should do. And they may quarrel, and thus Thakur will be upavas fasting. Animal that they may take something or not even, but Thakur will say that who will worship? Who will worship? And thus he will tell, oh, I want to go to Navdeep or Vrindavan. I don't want. So, we should not be like that. We should quarrel that I will worship, and she will quarrel that I will worship. Then it is the symptom of love and affection and aradhana. Such Vishnu Priya never quarreled that, oh, today I am sick. Oh, Sachi Maya, you should worship Mahaprabhu. Raghunath Das Goswami, had he given his Shila, Govardhan Shila to others, how he used to serve? Sometimes skipping Giriraj on his eyes, sometimes in head, sometimes here, making bath from his tears. How affection and love was. Deity worship is not a very easy thing, not very easy thing. If there is love and affection, then really. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows all these things, that they cannot worship well. So don't worship more, don't go to worship more. You should chant. Because they may neglect, they may make any offenses, so many offenses. That is why knowing this, because that you should chant all. And if you can chant and remember and doing worship with bhav and soul, that is why our rishis, Muni have discovered this thing, oh, very long time ago, that in Kali Yuga it is very hard to worship. And that is why, oh, always chanting, sometimes sleeping. I have seen that so many devotees chanting and sleeping and not chanting, and mala is here, like here. On anyhow, but worship, in worship it will not do. Never it will. So, it has been told, Satyug, Dhyan, Veda, Yajna, Swapar, Archan, and Kali Yuga. How Vishnu Priya served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who will speak? You should come and stand up. Not bhaktiyaya, bhaktaya. Bhaktiyaya nahi.
So on this most auspicious occasion of the disappearance day, the eternal contours of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can reflect a bit upon her divine qualities and her pastimes of serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have heard from Sri Gurudev about Mahaprabhu when Sri Sachinandana Gaura Hari Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was preparing to take sannyas, and on the very day when he was to leave home, that day he was acting in a particular way toward Vishnupriya Devi, which made her somewhat suspicious, because generally Mahaprabhu did not joke with her so much. He was very serious. But on this particular day, he was very light-hearted. He was very light-hearted. And some joking was there. So she was wondering what is to take place. And then when she went in the morning time for bathing in the Ganga, at that time she had one nose ring. This nose ring was given to her at the time of her marriage. And as she was bathing, she somehow lost this nose ring. And it went down into the water, and she was searching everywhere. Great anxiety, where is my nose ring? Where is my nose ring? She could not find it. So, because of this, she became very much concerned that these two signs are being shown. There is something different today. What is going to occur? So, in the evening time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat with Vishnupriya Devi, and he came to her and he decorated her very beautifully, and he sat with her. And this was, again, another symptom. Vishnupriya Devi was very concerned. What is going to take place? What is going to happen? So that evening, when they retired to the bedroom, in the middle of the night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he woke from his bed, but he saw that Vishnupriya Devi was not sleeping. And she was very grave, and she just was standing there. And also Mother Sachi was standing outside at the doorway. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, without saying anything, he circumambulated Mother Sachi. He got up from his bed. He circumambulated Mother Sachi 3 times and paid his pranams to her. And then without speaking anything, he left and he walked toward the Ganga. And upon reaching the Ganga, he swam across. And this place, which is located there, is called Nidai Ghat. And Nidai means, sorry? Nidai means no mercy. Nidai, doya. So, it was said like that because it appeared that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was being merciless, that he was leaving his dearmost Mother Sachi and Vishnupriya Devi for good, never to come again, that they would be able to see him and with his beautiful, dark, beautiful flowing black hair and his lotus eyes, and dressed as he was always dressed in Nam Sankirtan. So then, when he reached the other side, he went in the direction of Katwa, and there he took sannyas from Shri Keshav Bharati. So after Mahaprabhu took sannyas, Vishnupriya Devi was constantly serving Mother Sachi. She always stayed there and was serving Mother Sachi, and she had one murti of Sachinandana Gaurahari, and his hands were held out like this. So she was serving every day, and the way that she was performing her bhajan was extremely renounced. She would chant one round of Harinam on her beads, and then she would take one grain of rice and put it to the side. And then when she would chant another round, another grain of rice she'd put to the side. And in this way, with only the grains of rice that were representing the number of rounds that she chanted, then she would cook this, and she would take this, offer this to her beloved Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and then she would take the prasad. This was her daily program. So Sri Vishnupriya Devi continued throughout her life in this way, serving Sachinandana Gaurahari in great pangs of separation. So we bow down to her lotus feet on this most auspicious day, and we beg for her causeless mercy upon us, that we may also one day have some inspiration to perform such, even one dim reflection of this type of bhajan.
When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left his home, what Vishnupriya was doing? What Vishnupriya was doing?
She was serving.
What he told? She was just standing, and in midnight she was standing. What he told?
That's what he told. That she was awake when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu woke up.
Huh?
She was sleeping and made mistake.
Oh, you made a mistake. She was not standing. She slept because Gomaya came, made her sleep. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked. What Sachimaya was doing?
She was standing at the entry of the house like a wood. She had become like a wood,
Why?
like a statue.
Why?
In the mood of separation, she could not bear that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will leave her. And she
When
could not.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, anyone knew this fact that today in night he will leave?
Sachi Mata had some idea.
Huh? But Sachin Mata had some idea, not heard, idea that today he may go. See? Murari Gupta, Kunda,
Haridas.
Vaitacharya, no,
Haridas Thakur.
Chandrasekhar, Acharya. Because they all went to Katwa. And they took sannyas and from the monk. When chanting and counting the rices, taking, how he used to always weeping, feeling so much separation. She was following any Gaur mantra or Krishna mantra. What she was doing? What? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always told all to chant and remember Krishna. So we should try to follow. Her bhajan was so high class. Though he was in the house, but she was not in house. Always the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remembering and Krishna. Always. So if we are doing bhajan, no separation mood is there, then really that bhajan is not pure bhajan. We should feel some separation mood. You should explain the character of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami before leaving home.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य च ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
Take all these things and try to exercise. Try to take all these things. Upadesh, teaching, how he made his life, how he practiced this.
Before Raghunath Das Goswami had left home, he was practicing
From beginning,
when he was a very, very young boy. He was growing up in the home of his mother.
birth,
Raghunath Das Goswami was born on this day many, many years ago, and he grew up in the household of his father and mother and uncles. They were property owners.
father,
Govardhan Majumdar. And his mother's name was unknown. Okay, I got that one right then. So as he grew up, he was naturally and spontaneously attracted to serving Radha and Krishna. And
how he was engaged.
his family guru was Yadunandanacharya, and at a very young age he was able to, by the mercy of Radha and Krishna, get the association of Srila Haridas Thakur. So Srila Haridas Thakur would come, and on the pretext of teaching Raghunath Das Goswami,
Father
Uncle Bo,
and Vaishnava. You were not here, so you are not qualified to tell anything. So try to learn all this.
what? Vaishnava Praya, there are two words, Vaishnava Praya and Vaishnava Vishay Praya. Vishay Praya means like Vishay, and Vaishnava Praya means like Vaishnava. Like Vaishnava but not Vaishnava. Vishay Praya but not Vaishnava. So his father and mother were like an uncle, and whole family was like Vaishnava Praya, worshipping Krishna, Radha, but like a small, not so. There is no priority of bhakti in their actions. They used to worship. By worship they wanted money and fame and all this. So they are Vaishnavas. So even there was some impression of this boy, and their family guru was Yadunandan Acharya, who was in the line of Advaita Acharya, that is Vishai. And he was very famous and pure Vaishnava. So when he used to come to this house, he used to love so much to Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol like this, and giving some remnants of Krishna, Tulasi, and telling so many Hari Kathas from boyhood. And thus from boyhood, Raghunath Das became. But we should know that he was associates of Krishna himself. And that is why he was playing all these roles. But for general persons, these are things by which impression of bhakti may come. So from beginning, he has the association of Yadunandan Acharya. After that, when he became of 5, Yadunandan Acharya gave him Harinam, and he was initiated. And from then, he used to chant Harinam and doing devotion to Krishna. And in the meantime, Haridas Thakur came there, and he used to be with his family, sometimes coming. And he also used to love so much affection to Raghunath Das, because he was so lovely and always chanting, remembering. So, when he used to come, he used to be with Raghunath Das Goswami, telling so many Harikathas of Mahaprabhu and all others, Radha Krishna. And thus in boyhood he became very good Vaishnava. Then what became?
Then by his association with Haridas Thakur, he began to develop an internal desire to serve Radha Krishna on a deeper level. And his mother was observing these things, and it manifested itself externally by Raghunath Das Goswami started experiencing a detachment from external things, from his household, from his things. And he began to sleep outside of his room. He didn't sleep in his bedroom. He used to sleep on the veranda out in the front. And so his mother became very, very seriously worried that he was beginning to act like Haridas Thakur. So she told her husband, she said that I no longer want our son to study with Haridas Thakur, and if he continually, and the husband didn't see a problem with it. He and Haridas Thakur were friends, but the wife then told Govardhan that if you continually allow our son to associate with this Haridas Thakur, then I'll kill myself. So
it is written that we are studying. Any proof of this? That his mother he told to Govardhan that by the association he will be spoiled. Anywhere this writing have you read?
I remember from last year when we did the play, that's what I thought. No, wasn't it?
Your play is out of what?
Siddhanta.
Everywhere I have seen. You make some alterations and
Have someone else speak. That's what we could do.
but neglect all classes are
So by hearing the Harikatha of Yadunandanacharya, hearing the Harikatha of Haridas Thakur, Raghunath Das Goswami became attracted to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he had a great desire to go and see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And many times he ran.
try to arrange in athletic, and that you should remember. And then actually you can speak or tell or otherwise. Or if you are hearing from an authentic person, you should be. Otherwise it will be wrong. Don't play anything wrong which is not in Shastra. Play according to Siddhant and what is in books.
So Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he had a great desire to see the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And many.
You should sit easily, not standing. You should sit down. How you are sitting? Right? Or you should be any side. You should be any side. That you should not cover anyone.
So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami developed a great greed to go and to serve the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who at that time was living in Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, Sri Kshetra Dham. And many times he tried to run away from his house, but his father was a very wealthy man and he had many guards, many servants. So every time Sri Raghunath Das Goswami would run away, he would be caught in the jungle, caught on the highway, and they would bring him back to the house. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami's mother became so exasperated by his behavior, she suggested to his father that we should chain him. With an iron chain we should bind him in his room, and this way he won't be able to run away. So Sri Govardhan Majumdar said, he already has so many chains. He says, if we are opulent like Indra at that time, his family was so wealthy they would own millions and millions of gold coins. He had such large estates. His wife was beautiful like an apsara. He had very much education, beauty, everything that, every material qualification, every material sort of facility Raghunath Das Goswami had. He said, and if these chains cannot bind him, he said, then what will an iron chain do? These things won't bind him. So Raghunath Das Goswami, then he heard that Sri Nityananda Prabhu was it Ram Kelly? Sri Nityananda Prabhu.
Why you are asking me?
So Sri Nityananda Prabhu was coming very close. And just near Shantipur, that Sri Nityananda Prabhu was coming there, Panihati. That Sri Nityananda Prabhu was coming with Panihati with all of his associates. That time Raghunath Das Goswami went to his father and begged, oh my dear father, please I want to go and see the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
You have left. What he has left? तुमको उसका लगता है? हैं? अभी नहीं? कभी? जल्दी? Try to know exactly what kind of way not careless. Follow what you read, you should read follow and come to not zigzag here and there.
So, Srila Raghunath Das was staying at the house of his father in the Adi Saptagram, Krishnapur, West Bengal. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas in the year 1510, he was brought back from Katwa by the tricks of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who had promised Satyamata that he would bring Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he stayed for a little time at the house of Advaitacharya in Shantipur. So when Raghunath Das came to know of this, then he begged from his father, "Oh Father, please allow me to go and have darshan of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." So his father gave permission, and along with some guards, Raghunath Das went to Shantipur and he met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could see that Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Das at this stage, his heart was so disturbed. He was always hankering to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and causing his family so much disturbance by running away again and again. So at this stage in his spiritual life, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
He was praying that, "Oh Mahaprabhu, I want to be with you always. And I think you are going to do it. I want to go with you." Then Chaitanya.
so then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das, "Oh my dear Raghunath, don't behave like a madman. But rather, you should, for now, you should stay in your home, and outwardly, you should follow all your worldly duties and obligations. But internally, you should develop your nishta in bhajan to Sri Radha Krishna Yugal. And in this way, not by behaving like a madman, will one be able to cross over the ocean of material existence, but gradually, step by step, by internally developing his mood, developing his bhav, naturally renunciation will come. And then when one's renunciation is mature, then at that stage, one may leave all of these things."
Then any devotee is not mature, and he gives up his house, wife and health. And when he goes to do bhajan, it may be that he may return, or where he will be, again he can collect any other lady, and so much wealth, always collecting so many good things. This is true. So when you should be mature in your gymnastic even, then you should give up whole world, these things, and not like so without maturing, we should not try to take this great law and give up wife and so many.
So, when Raghunath Das returned to his home,
What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told again? You remember this line?
घरे फिरे जाओ तो ना हो बात घरे फिरे जाओ
अरे रात्रि के बोला
ওখানে রাখবো ঘরে ফিরে যাও রঘু না হও বাতুল ক্রমে ক্রমে পায়লো ভবসিন্ধু
so,
স্থির হইয়া ঘরে যাও না হও
so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, "Don't be like a monkey."
করে করো নিষ্ঠা বাহ্য লোক ব্যবহার অচিরাতে কৃষ্ণ তোমায় করিবেন উদ্ধার
Have you told this meaning?
মানে বলেছো
He told him,
What he told? What he told?
Told that
What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to Raghunath Das?
what Prabhupada Prabhupada was said first was that one should not artificially leave home without internally developing a mood of serving Radha and Krishna and outwardly performing one's activities, and then you
But then
elaborate on
what
it.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction was to Raghunath Das.
Also, he told him not to become attached to his home and not to take opulent. Did he take it that time? No.
Don't behave like a madman.
Oh, that. Don't behave artificially like a madman, because you should go back to your home.
What was that madness?
Trying to leave home and go to live with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Because it may be that after some time he will be disattached and he will return again. So first be mature. Being in householder life, you should respect all outwardly. And you should show that like a madman, attached, I am attached thoroughly in householder things. But really he is attached to Krishna, gradually going and doing. Always from inner word, he should be attached and try to develop Krishna consciousness. And outwardly, or respecting father, mother, and other, doing household and job.
So then, Raghunath Das, he returned to his home, and upon returning, then he behaved like a very orthodox materialist, and his mother and father were so happy, they thought that now the problem was over, because he was managing his father's estate, and he was affectionate to his family members and wife. But internally, he was always remembering lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. So, after some time, the news came that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who had gone touring in South India and had gone to Vrindavan, had now returned to Jagannath Puri. And Raghunath Das, on hearing that Mahaprabhu had returned to Jagannath Puri, his eagerness to be united with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu increased so much. And again, he began to run away from his home. But always he was caught and brought back. So the time came that Nityananda Prabhu, who was in Bengal,
That time her mother told his father, why you are not binding him in a robe or in a chain? Then his father said,
so then the father Raghunath Das Goswami replied to his wife that how will a lifeless rope catch Raghunath Das Goswami? We have given a living rope in the form of a very beautiful wife who is like an angel of heaven, and so much wealth, opulence like Indradev. If these things cannot capture him, then what will be the use of a rope? So the time came that Nityananda Prabhu was traveling here and there doing Sankirtan with his associates, and he came to the area known as Panihati. Raghunath Das Goswami requested permission from his father to go there, and he said, if you do not let me go there, I will give up my life. So his father sent him in the company of some guards to go to meet with Nityananda Prabhu. So when Raghunath Das Goswami arrived at Panihati, Nityananda Prabhu was sitting like a moon surrounded by stars in the company of his associates on the bank of the Ganga. Raghunath Das Goswami approached, and from a very great distance he was offering his pranams. So when Nityananda Prabhu saw him, then he called him, "Hey Raghunath, come here, come here." But Raghunath Das would not come close. So Nityananda Prabhu quickly caught Raghunath Das, and by force he put his 2 feet on the head of Raghunath Das Goswami. So he told Raghunath, "You are a thief, you are a thief, so surely I will have to punish you." So why was Raghunath Das Goswami a thief? Because he was making so many efforts to go to attain the wealth of the heart of Nityananda Prabhu. That is the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But those lotus feet, they belong to Nityananda Prabhu. So without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, he was going there to take the wealth of the heart of Nityananda Prabhu. So he called, you are a thief, I will have to punish you. So he decided the punishment will be that you will have to serve all the Vaishnavas by providing them with a feast of condensed milk and chip rice and yogurt. Yogurt and chip rice festival. So then Raghunath Das Goswami, he told the guards, the servants who were guards, to collect so many ingredients, and all the ingredients were bought, bananas and yogurt and milk and honey, camphor, and so many ingredients, and flat rice, chip rice. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he served prasadam to all of the devotees. So at that time, when he was serving prasadam, Nityananda Prabhu, he sat down in meditation, and in his meditation, he began to call Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So by the power of the love of Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he personally appeared there and began to dance in the kirtan. And Nityananda Prabhu also danced with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in great joy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking the flat rice, the chip rice, and personally feeding Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu was also feeding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So after some time, the kirtan went on with great ecstatic love, and then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he disappeared. So Nityananda Prabhu, he told to Raghunath Das Goswami that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he personally appeared here to bestow his mercy upon you. So now you can return to your home, and you should know that very soon the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be upon you. And therefore, quickly you'll be freed from the bondage of your household life, and you will go to his shelter in Jagannath Puri. And there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will bestow his mercy upon you by giving you into the hand of his very intimate associate, Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami. So then, Nityananda Prabhu, he told all the Vaishnavas, "Oh Vaishnavas, you all bestow your blessings on Raghunath Das Goswami." So, from this pastime, we can learn some very important teachings. What is that? That without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, no one can attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That Nityananda Prabhu, he is the Akhanda Guru Tattva. So to attain the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means for us to take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Guru and attain the mercy of Sri Guru. And how did Raghunath Das Goswami get the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu? By serving all the Vaishnavas. So by serving all the Vaishnavas, then the mercy of Guru will be there, and the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will follow along the path of the mercy of Sri Guru. So then, Raghunath Das returned to his home. Now he became so much anticipation was there in his heart to meet with Mahaprabhu that he would not even sleep inside the house, but he slept outside in the place for worshipping Durga. In every household there's Durga Mandap. So he was resting there at night and always thinking, when will I meet with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? When will such an opportunity come? So one evening, his Gurudev, Sri Yadunandan Acharya, he came there and told Raghunath,
Early in the morning, dawn.
When it was some dark, about 4.
So at about 4 in the morning, Yadunandan Acharya came there and spoke to Raghunath Das Goswami. "O Raghunath, my pujari has given up the service of the deity and returned to his home. So I request you that if you can speak to him and persuade him to again take up the service." So Raghunath Das Goswami, he left with his Gurudev. He came out from the house, and even though the guards were there, the guards did not suspect anything, because they thought, oh, he is with his Gurudev, so there will not be any problem. But having gone outside from the house, Raghunath Das Goswami said, "Oh Gurudev, there is no need for you to come along. You can return to your home. I will go to the house of your pujari and persuade him to again take up the service of the deity and send him along to you." So Yadunandan Acharya agreed to this and returned to his home. So when Raghunath Das had persuaded the Pujari to again resume the service of the deity, then he thought, now this is a golden opportunity. Because everyone thinks that I am with my Gurudev, they don't suspect anything. So I will immediately take this golden opportunity to run away and join again with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, because many times in leaving on the road towards Jagannath Puri, he had been caught. He thought, I must not take the road. I will have to go by a jungle path where I cannot be caught. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he began to run through jungles. Usually the journey from Adisaptagram to Jagannath Puri would take 1 month. But Raghunath Das Goswami was running day and night so quickly that in only 12 days he arrived in Jagannath Puri. He would run day and night, day and night. Every few days he would lie down only for a few hours in it.
Taking dry movie of rice. Sometimes nothing.
Charging after this. For example, charging after this.
12 days they do only for day and night. No sleep, nothing.
So, of those 12 days, on 4 days, he took some puff rice, sometimes a little milk, sometimes he would lie down briefly in any cow shed, like this. But otherwise, he was just running, and he arrived there in Jagannath Puri. So, when he arrived in Jagannath Puri, he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was sitting in the company of his associates. And when he met with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, "Oh Raghunath Das, Krishna has been so kind to you." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, "Raghunath Das, surely the mercy of Krishna is upon you, because you have come out from your household life, which is like a deep, dark pit, which is filled with stool. And your father, Govardhan Majumdar, and your uncle, Hiranya Majumdar, they are like the worms in that pit of stool. Actually, they are not Vaishnava, they are Vaishnava pride. That means that outwardly, they follow the rules and regulations of Vaishnavism, and they serve the deity. They give charity to Brahmanas. But internally, the attainment,
But not doing chanting.
so they are not hearing, chanting and remembering purely, and they have not made the aim and object of their life the attainment of prema. And therefore, they are Vaishnava pride. So Krishna has been so kind to you that you have come out from this condition. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could see that Raghunath Das Goswami was so thin and dirty from his very arduous journey from Bengal. So he told Govinda to take his personal servant Govinda to take care of Raghunath Das, that he could be bathed and given some cloth and something to eat. And then later Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met again with Raghunath Das Goswami, and he gave Raghunath Das Goswami into the hand of his very intimate associate, Sri Swarup Damodar, and told him that Swarup Damodar, he knows more than me about bhajan, so you can learn everything from him. So Raghunath Das Goswami was staying in Jagannath Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying in Kashi Mishra Bhavan, and at night in the Gambhira, and Raghunath Das Goswami would stay and serving very intimately Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami at the Satasana Ashram. So Raghunath Das Goswami, his renunciation was very, very severe.
If you want to do bhajan, then life of Raghunath Das Goswami is so essential to and for. Otherwise we cannot do bhajan.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Srila Raghunath Goswami was in Puri in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, he was under the personal guidance of Srila Sarup Damodar. His parents, they had heard that Srila Raghunath Goswami had arrived in Puri, and they became worried. They sent some servants there they knew now that he will not come back anymore. We have lost our we have lost our darling son. He will be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from now on. Then they were considering we should send him some help, some support, because he will be there without any money, anything. We'll send some servants and money so that they will be able to serve Raghunath Das, and in this way he may be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he will not be a burden for anyone. Then Raghunath Das Goswami, he engaged the servants in organizing Mahaprasad festivals for the Vaishnavas. No?
You remember? लक्ष्य भेद करके तीर मारो. माने क्या जरा समझा. What I told. अंदाज से तीर मत मारो. लक्ष्य भेद करके तीर मारो.
You should not make castles in the air. You should be very accurate when speaking.
But don't make yes or we aiming there. You should know what your goal target is.
I want that our SEO session also be very Only that person can tell how he has engaged his body, mind and everything in Krishna. Because by our inner it will not come. It will come when we are totally surrender, and then automatically coming from upside, ascending. Descending, not ascending. Completely reading. It will go by or her. And by reading and at once you forget. You cannot understand. So if you
So when Raghunath Das had first arrived in Puri, he was very weak. And Mahaprabhu told Govinda, you arrange that he should have prasad every day. And so Raghunath Das for...
every day, that's very day.
Yeah.
Not every day. And then he gave Raghunath Das Goswami in the hands of Sarvadam. Then what became afterward?
after a few days, he stopped taking the prasadam from Govinda. And he started to beg at the Singadwara gate, the lion gate of the Jagannath temple. At this time, his parents heard of his renunciation, and they sent one Brahmin and some servants with the money for him, and Raghunath Das Goswami engaged in
Very knowing, he is cooking. No.
He's hiding.
He is fearing.
He's there.
Like a rat. You have heard that his father has sent two cookers, one marketing person and one Brahmin to cook. Because at that time Brahmins were used to be pure, but taking money, no harm. So he sent so money. তুমি বলবো এরপরে কি হলো? দামোদর কাছে যখন উনি গেলেন তখন ওনার জীবন চর্চা কিরকম হতে লাগলো বলো ওনার কাজ After meeting with Saru Damodar Prabhu, Mahaprabhu hand over Das Goswami in the hand of Saru Damodar Prabhu. So his father, that is Sriranath Majumdar, and his uncle Govardhan Majumdar and Hiranna Majumdar sent Brahmins to help him. One cook, another for taking care of marketing and etc.
With so much money.
With so much money. So Das Goswami,
They told to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that his father has sent all this.
They told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that his father sent to Brahmins and some money for taking care of Das Goswami, Raghunath Das. So they used to cook, and Das Goswami,
Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered.
Das Goswami denied to take it. Das Goswami denied to take it, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered him to take their preparation from them. Then they used to cook, and Das Goswami used to invite Mahaprabhu. After that he used to take his prasad. After 2 days, he is not inviting anymore to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu asked Govinda Prabhu, Govinda, Sarup Damodar Prabhu, why Raghunath not inviting me anymore? What happened? And Sarup Damodar Prabhu replied that he thinks that Visayir Anna Khaile Molin Hoy Mon, Molin Mon Hoile Nahi Krishna Smaran. He judged by himself, and it is also supported by scriptures. Don't take anything from materialistic person. If you take from them, then your mind will be dirty. That means that mood of them will come in your mind. Then you could not remember Krishna, and Bhajan will be spoiled. So Raghunath give up the invitation of his father, that Brahmins cooking anything, he don't like to take anymore. So he is not inviting you anymore. And how he is maintaining his life? Then he told that Saru Damodar Prabhu replied that he stand on the gate of Jagannath Dev temple in Sinhodwar, and he used to go in Ananda Bazaar, and Sinhodwar the mal. Sinhodwar is just
अरे तुम वहीं पर जाकर के वो लोग दे देते तो फिर वहाँ पर भी छोड़ करके तब सिंह आए.
At first he used to take in Ananda Bazaar, that means here marketing place of Chaitanya Jagannath Dev's Mahaprasad. After some days he came in the gate of Jagannath main temple, that means Singhadwar.
Who told to whom?
Sarvadhamma Prabhu is telling to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he thinks, he always standing there, somebody will come and give me, somebody will come and feed me. Oh, this is like a prostitute, tendency of a prostitute. So he gave up. Gave up that tendency also. So Mahaprabhu asked Sarvadhamma Prabhu, what are Raghunath is doing nowadays? Sarvadhamma Prabhu replied, Raghunath Das judged by himself that Singhadare Bhikkha Vritti Vesara Achar. That means standing on Singhadwar, waiting for persons. This is like a prostitute, so he gave up that place. Nowadays, how he maintaining his life? In the kitchen from Jagannath Dev's temple, so many grain of rice came out with that rice water, and it getting rotten. So foul smell. Even the cow never checked. Das Goswami used to go there and collect some rotten rice and clean it very clearly. After the what is in the middle part, he used to take, and somehow he maintained his life. One day Mahaprabhu reached there.
When he heard from Sarvadhamma
Damodar Prabhu, Mahaprabhu suddenly reached there. One day suddenly reached there, and by force he took from Das Goswami, oh Raghunath, you are taking so delicious food stuff, you are not giving me? How miser you are? Mahaprabhu took and ate one food stuff in his mouth. After that, Das Goswami checked him. Oh Prabhu. Sarvadhamma Prabhu checked him. Oh Prabhu, don't do so, it is not for yourself. If you take this, you will get sick. So, after the Das Goswami, according to Sarvadhamma Prabhu's advice, he used to do Manasi Seva and to Das Goswami, Sarvadhamma Prabhu, he never asked anything to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. Then he asked Sarvadhamma Prabhu, why Mahaprabhu bring me here from my house of... Brought me here from my...
What is the meaning of bring me here?
Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought me here from my household life? And Sarvadhamma Prabhu request Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Raghunath want to hear something from you. So Mahaprabhu told, then भूले अच्छी था ग्राम्य वार्ता ना बोलिबे ग्राम्य कथा ना सुनिबे अमान्य ভালো না খাইবে আর ভালো না করিবে অমানি মানত হইয়া কৃষ্ণ নাম সদা লবে
Raja Radha Krishna Seva Manasi Koribe.
না শুনিবে কানে
Gramme Bhata na Koribe. Balana Paibe.
রোজে রাধা কৃষ্ণ সেবা সদা মানসে করিবে Don't take palatial food stuff and don't gossiping each other, and you will serve divine couple by mind.
You should.
Not be.
You should serve
That means should means Mahaprabhu order him and will means in future.
But try to know all these things and to tell like this. Not always showing your tricks to others.
So you should serve divine couple by your mind. So Das Goswami,
What is the meaning?
so Das Goswami being in this body, this body, that means in sadhak sharir, Yathavasti they used to serve divine couple regularly. Like our Goswamis,
Manasi Seva. What is Manasi Seva?
Manasa means service by mind. Just like
Rup Goswami has mentioned in his Bhakti Rasamrita Krishnam Smaranam
Krishnam Smaran Janan Chasa Preshtham Nija Samihitam Tattat Katha Ratas Chaso Kurjal Vasan Braje Sada.
তত্ত্ব বিচার করবে ওইটা বলবো এইটা আমি চাই
Krishnam Smaran Janan Chasa. You should remember Krishna and his associates. So Krishna has so many associates. So what kind of associate will you remember?
How the associates are serving Krishna. You should always remember. What? The greed you have, according to that, if you are agreed to serve Krishna like mother, then always are following mother by interior mode. And if you have agreed to serve Krishna like gopis, Rukrati, Indri and others, then you should always try to remember the pastimes of Krishna with gopis and how they are serving by outer senses. You should try to do Vaidhi Bhakti like all the others. Internally you should remember the past times and try to serve. By a Siddha Dev. Nije Siddha Dev Kariya Bhavan.
And then he gave one Shila, Govardhan Shila, which came from Govardhan Giriraj. Any devotee brought it and gave to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to serve with his tears and always keeping on his eyelids here. And he gave it with Gunjamala to Raghunath and told that you should worship this with one Kunjamala, pitcher of water and 8 tulsi leaves, manjaris, and 2 side 2 very soft leaves, and you should. Because Krishna will be so pleased very soon. By other means he will not be so worshipful, control. But by this, very soon, Krishna will hear your all prayers and he will be merciful to you. So you should do. And because he has nothing, he was penniless. His father sent but he returned. If a grihastha is maintaining his life, he should at least try to spend some money, his energy to Krishna and to devotees. Otherwise, thief, Krishna Bhakti will be very, very far away. If he is maintaining his wife, his children, his mother, father, why he cannot maintain the devotees? He should certainly at least some portion of his, at least half. And if not half, then any percentage must. Otherwise he cannot serve in his whole life. But if he is penniless, nothing, like Raghunath Das Goswami, he can serve the deities with only water and devotion.
But if he has any means, then he should at first give very delicious foods. Otherwise, Vitta Sart will come. What is the meaning of Vitta Sart? Vitta Sart means having money but not expensing for Krishna and devotees, only for his wife, his children, himself. He can go to market and bring so many things for him, but not for Krishna, not for devotees. So, what was it? About Raghunath Das. That is why, because he was penniless, never kept any single fight. So he told it to them. But other bhaktas he never told like this. What is it? So say began to do like this. Until he came to Viraj Govardhan he was doing. After that, began to do like this. Always singing. And hearing, see, Sarup Damodar. And if he wants to ask anything from Sarup Damodar, he used to ask from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, he became mad, Unmadagrasta. After some time, Radha Pandit also went, Sarup Damodar also. Then he could maintain his life. Then he wanted that I should go to Govardhan and from there I will jump and I will die. Or in Jamuna. Why? Why not in sea? Because he was not like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that sing that sea is Jamuna and Chatak Parvat is like Govardhan. So he want to come to Vrindavan and he to give his life there in Vrindavan to become his body will be mixed in the dust of Vrindavan. That is why he wants. So he came here, weeping here. So then he met us with Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, and they behaved like younger brother, like son. And they told that don't give up your life. If by giving up life, Krishna is attained, his prem is attained. What? His prem is achieved. Then I will die daily hundreds and lakhs times. But by this. So you should be in Vrindavan, especially in Radha. And you should chant, remember, and read my books. Sometimes Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami also used to go to Radha. And thus he used to do like this. He used to take only one handful, only matha. Nothing else, all night and day, no sleep at all. संख्या पूर्वक नाम गान भी काल अवसानी गौ निद्राहार विहार काद विस्तौ चातंत दीनौ जो राधा कृष्ण गुणस्मृते मधुरिमां देव संपोषौ मस्ते. Sometimes something is heard and sometimes nothing. No sleeping at all. Never he used to sleep. And thus whole day, night chanting and remembering and reading the books of Rupa Goswami, all so lamenting and weeping. The pages of that books used to be wetted. Sometimes Rupa Goswami used to, I will give a very best book, this should be returned to me. And thus he used to take and he used to write so many books that he may laugh, not. And that is why he made Dan Keri community. At Dan Khati, Govardhan, and quarreling with Gopis Krishna, and he used to laugh so much, So, but after some time, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami,
became Aprakat, disappeared. And after that Rupa Goswami also. Oh, then he became mad totally. Then Girindram Ajigaraya, Sunyaitam Mahagostam, Aste Gostai, then he became like mad totally. When he came, Radhakund used to be like lion, tiger, that it is taking, swallowing. And Giriraj Govardhan like Ajigar, python. And ghost means Nandagaon, Varshana and all other things where Krishna used to display. And Sunnaitam, zero light. Then he became so mad. What to do? But anyhow, at that time he used to love Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Jiva Goswami. What he used to know and what he has heard from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sarup Damodar Rupa Goswami, he gave all it to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And Krishna Goswami has written all these things from Sarup Damodar Karcha and from Raghunath Das Goswami, and Rupa Goswami has written in all Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is why it had become so authentic book. Thus, after some time, Raghunath Das Goswami chanting that name in Radha Kundi. Gaur Namaha. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. This is also auspicious day. This happened day of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. You know all, and now it is time. Our time is over. But it was a very authentic one. In boyhood, he read all the books of Rupa Goswami. Boyhood. He was in the Guru Parampara of Narottam Thakur, fourth person after Narottam Thakur. He wrote Bhakti Rasami Sindhu Bindu, Kiran and Kanan when he was reading in school. And then after some time when he became so learned in Sanskrit, Vedanta and all, and he left his own. He was married, he left. When he reached Vrindavan, his Guru told that I will not, you cannot be here, you should return and ask your permission of your wife. Then he returned again and Harikatha whole night with his wife, and it became morning. Then he did pranam to his wife and told that now you should give me permission to go. And she permitted. Now he became so Vaishnavi. Then he returned to his Gurudev. And then he began the process of Rupa Goswami. And he was very fond of Parkiya Madhur Ras. And he wrote so many things. He wrote so many books and the explanation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And he established Parkiya, this Bhajan Pranali, which Jiva Goswami had told Swakiya Bhav to his some Anadhikari, unqualified. He had told both. For qualified Parkiya and unqualified he has told to. And thus at that time all began to do Swakiya Bhajan and rejected Parkiya Bhav, because all the sampradayas at that time in Vrindavan were opposite to this. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur again established it. When he was doing so, all the Babajis of Vrindavan, they became against, they wanted to kill him. One day when he was circumambulating Vrindavan in very morning, somewhat in some Andhakar dark, they wanted to kill him in a very dark grey grove. When he reached there, they were waiting with dagger or anything to cut him down.
But they at once saw that Vishwanath Thakur was not there. There was a very teenager with his any friend, girlfriend, and she was also gopi, and she was also gopi, both. And they were picking some flowers. The persons who were invited to him, they asked, "Oh, Lali means little girl, I saw that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was coming, but where he has gone?" And she began to smile and told, "I'm coming for picking flowers." And at once he saw that there was not Vishwanath Chakravarti, that little teenager girl, only Vishwanath Thakur was going in. Oh, at once they know, oh, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is a Siddha Mahapurush. What is Siddha Mahapurush?
Perfected and liberated personality.
Huh? So he is a gopi, surely, in the guidance of Rup Goswami, Rup Manjari. So they beg pardon, and they beg his pardon. And thus they were all after that, you know that this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has sent his disciple Bhakti Vidyabhushan to Jaipur to defeat the arguments of other, especially of Sri Sampradaya, Ramanuja Sampradaya. They were objecting that Radha is not married wife of Krishna, so she should not be with Krishna. If worshipping Krishna alone or with Rukmini or Satyabhama, not with Radha. And Gaudiya Vaishnava is no Sampradaya, is out of Sampradaya, no authentic. There are no any authentic Vedanta Sutra, Bhashya or anything. But then by the order of Vishwanath Thakur went there and he cut the arguments of all these bogus Vaishnavas and established Srimati Radhika with Krishna, and he at once made Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Govinda Bhashya, and so, and they at once were turned, and thus he conquered them and returned. Vrindavan, Vishwanath Thakur, who had compiled so many books like Ratmatma Chandrika, yes, Bhakti Swami Sindhu, Ujjwal Nilmani, Krishna Bhavana Mishra, and so many books, authentic books, explanation, Bhashya and Tika, of Gita also, that I have translated and it has been published in Hindi, and very soon it will come in English also. Very authentic, very good book. I especially have published the books of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Vishwanath Chakravarti, both. And they are bona fide Vaishnavas. And in very simple language, they have given all the idea of Mahaprabhu and the So if you want to do bhakti, then you can go through all these books. They will help more. Or Gita, first Swamiji Gita as it is, he has given so many things for ordinary persons, those who are entering basic and primary principles. But if you read this, oh, actually you are very enlightened. And you will now understand what Swamiji wanted to give in his explanation. Then you can, otherwise you cannot. Go.
अनिलो प्रेमधन
जे अनिल प्रेमधन
करुणा प्रचुर
Come on. You are not staying here. Any help? Anywhere else? You are staying? Not here?
No, to someone's house.
Today we are going and all the devotees will go to Mata. We are talking. Right. आप कुशल हैं? ये आपकी धर्म पत्नी है? बहुत
Kishori Mohan.
राधा मोहन. You are sleeping. आप सो रहे थे. Anyone more? Anyone? Be ready. Be ready. Give it to bring that to distribute anyone to householders and others. Gaur Preman. Haribo.
Animati and me, we will leave tomorrow after everybody to help clean
Yes.
Mrs.
I
Prashad.
think that all devotees will clean and then go. And
Well,
if
that means
anything
tonight.
remaining, then you.
That means
So
night
I am
time.
requesting all devotees to clear everything, not living for her. And then, if anything, but they will do all clear. Everywhere. बहुत ठीक रहा कल आपका और थोड़ा सा कोई बात नहीं आप लोगों का बहुत ही प्राणोद्दीपक आप लोगों का भाषण था इस तरह से आप लोग शुद्ध भक्ति में बढ़िए तो भी इनको फॉलो करो शुद्ध भक्ति में आओ हिंदी समझती शुद्ध भक्ति में बढ़ो शुद्ध भक्ति क्या अपने लिए जीवन मंत्र धारण करो कृष्ण के लिए जीवन धारण करो भगवान के लिए राम के लिए
गौर प्रेमानंदे
हमारी जय देने से जय नहीं होगी, बजरंग बली की जय देने से होगी, हमारी जय देने से नहीं होगी। समझता है?
Glorify the Guru Parampara.
Yes. How our preaching is here?
First class.
Very slow.
Powerful.
Very good. Very good.
They have soft hearts, dear.
How many sweet flowers you have collected? I came to take some beautiful flowers. Have you? Oh, we have planted and after some time it will. Don't worry.
Just now coming.
Planted.
Next year you can get so many flowers.
And so many flowers will come.
Just now coming. Just now coming.
Flowering season is when you come next time.
Next year so many flowers will come. But they need some water.
Has to gather now.
Mark is staying
Oh,
next
plenty
to
water. It's watering. That's not this water.
Not too much water. They drown.
It's watering the
We are
garden.
saying that we have made this field fertile.
Yeah.
And we have given some seed.
And cutting much jungle.
Yeah. No need of cutting them, not so
You
much.
know, soft hearts.
We'll just put water and some masala and the fertilizer.
Yeah. We have given and seed also we have taken.
Many people were saying they could not come, their village was cut off by water, they could not come, so much flood. Only the last day they could come. They were so
So
sad.
many. I'm satisfied how much crowd came and listened.
If next year,
500.
I think if next year we can do in all the villages, like in Suva, not so many people come in, the villages where everyone is coming.
Panditji told today.
There are teachers
Yes.
of Sanatana Dharma. They preach.
Yes.
They read Bhagavatam, Ramayana, all in very beautiful, sweet way. He remembers so many chaupais of Ramayana more than me.
I think it was
And with sweet tone.
reminding you of your boyhood.
Now I never read Ramayana. Because when I read, my tears come in so much. I cannot shake. So I keep it. But when I want to melt my heart, then any page I unsee and then begin. Then my eyes becomes defective. So that is why. From my boyhood also, when I used to read Ram Banvas or Sita Banvas, but now any chaupai I read, I cannot check my heart. It is so pathetic.
Lord Ramayana said one chaupai, Mam gun gawat pulak sharira, gad gad gira nain bahanira. Mam gun gawat pulak sharira, gad gad gira nain bahanira. काम आदि मद दम बना जाके ताप निरंतर बस में काटे।
ये जिसका होता नहीं वो विश्वास नहीं करता। तो थोड़ा सा जब इसको होने लगता है तो ये विश्वास। हम लोग सुनते थे जब हनुमान जी का ऐसा सब समय होता ही रहता था। तो अब देखते हैं कि जैसे हमको तो आश्चर्य तुलसीदास जी ने ये कैसे लिखा इतना, कैसे लिखा? रामचंद्र जी का वनवास और ये सब शिष्य सीता जी का पताल प्रवेश और ये सब चीजें कैसे लिखी होगी? इतने ऊंचे कोटि के ये हृदय द्रवित हो जाता होगा, उस समय में कैसे इनकी कलम हाथ में रहती होगी? हमको आश्चर्य होता है। जब हम ही लोग नहीं पढ़ पाते हैं द्रवित और पुलकित, तो उनकी बात क्या है? फिर हनुमान जी की क्या बात है? That is why I told that. तुलसीदास जी बहुत कठोर हृदय के थे। ये तो ये कैसे कलम उनकी चली? जब उनके लिखने से ही सब लोग रोते हैं, तो उनकी क्या दशा है?
जो रो रो के लिखते हैं उसका असर और भी होता है स्वामी जी, शायद रो रो के लिखे।
You know, Narottam Thakur, what he has written, heart melting, tears coming. कहने वो आज छाए प्राण की सूख लागिया, नरोत्तम दास के लो नागे नो बजे। He telling that I have given up chanting and remembering, and I am so much interested in worldly all these things. So why I could not do it? Why I am here? Today we are something that Kirtan. What? Kutiba Mata. I mean, sex response and
my head, lash my head.
Scratch my head against.
And I will enter
Fire.
Who will tell? Those who have soul sufferers and hate. Otherwise, they have no time to think all these things, only thinking worldly things. So we cannot imagine. When Narottam Thakur used to sing, Krishna himself used to come, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's whole associates. He used to come. समय का भी ध्यान भाई रखना।
हाँ, और 5 मिनट।
आप लोग और जोर शोर से प्रचार करेंगे।
जो आप लोग ज्यादा घी डाल करके जा रहे हैं चलता रहेगा।
हाँ,
लोग और घी डालते रहेंगे। मुझे कहना चाहिए था कि रखा है ये चिराग स्वामी ने जला के।
पैसे के लिए हैम्पर न करें। हमने कल जानबूझ करके इसीलिए किया। हम लोग आए हैं प्रचार करने के लिए, पैसे के लिए नहीं। पैसे से तो सब गड़बड़ हो जाए। यदि हम कथा का मूल्य ले लेते तो हम अपनी कथा को बेच दिया तो उसका असर क्या होगा? नहीं हो सकता। हनुमान जी कहीं यदि हरे कथा कहेंगे, तुलसीदास जी तो पैसा लेंगे। इसलिए भागवत को बेचना, रामायण को बेचना उचित नहीं, कीर्तन को बेचना है। इसके बदले में कुछ पाना, तब तो इसका असर होगा। पैसा ले लिया बस असर था। तुलसीदास जी ने लिखा है, लोग इसको बेच देते हैं, तो इसको बेचना नहीं। We should not sell our kirtan and bhagavad and harikatha.
So much money is needed to maintain the temple.
You have no faith in Krishna and Krishna. Automatically it will come so much that you cannot digest.
When that there will be lies.
आप लोग तो खड़े खड़े थक जाएंगे।
नहीं, हम लोग को भी समय हो गया ना।
तो गाड़ी में सब दे दिया है। 15
नहीं,
मिनट
थोड़ा आप पहले जाना ही ठीक है। अभी 4:08 हुआ है। सामान में चेकिंग करना है।
आशा बैठ जाएंगे।
अच्छा, गुरुदेव,
हमारे भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जी 2 घंटा 3 घंटा आगे पहुंच जाते थे स्टेशन पर। अभी हम लोग वहाँ से निकले सुबह से इतना 1 घंटा पहले सोचा था जैसे आगे पहुंच जाएंगे। रास्ते में
इतना जाम
मुश्किल हो गया है जैसे अब हम लोग समय पर पहुंचेंगे कि नहीं,
फ्लाइट मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा। हम लोग
फिर बड़ी मुश्किल से
पहुंचिया, साथ माल दिया।
साथ में
1-2 बातों से ज्यादा और कुछ होता नहीं, या तो मिलेगा या तो नहीं मिलेगा, उसके और कुछ नहीं होता।
ना मिले तो स्वामी जी एक बार फिर क्या?
जी हाँ, फिर स्वामी को आज कहीं और प्रवचन कराते हैं।
नहीं, आप लोग कहते हैं अच्छा होगा, हमारा प्रोग्राम का अवसर हो जाएगा ना सब,
तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं। बस 10 मिनट बाद यहाँ से इन भक्तों को भी थोड़ा रियाज हो जाए, इनका भी थोड़ा पैर
कोई
दुखने
बैठने
लगे।
के लिए जगह नहीं,
कोई जरूरत नहीं है।
बैठना चाहते हैं?
कोई कीर्तन
हाँ, कीर्तन सुनाओ।
हरे कृष्ण हरे
अरे इनके घर में तो चटाइयाँ बहुत सी हैं।
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.